Hey everyone, welcome back to homerecordingmadeeasy.com and on my YouTube channel. And today I want to do a quick video to show you a technique on how you can get rid of a lot of S's and sibilance in a vocal track. So I get this question quite a bit and I wanted to address it in this video. But before we get started, please, if you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button below if you like what you see in this video. And also be sure to go out to homerecordingmadeeasy.com where we have lots of training tutorials on all aspects of recording, mixing, and mastering so you can make better music in your home studio. So let's head on over here to Studio One today, and I'm working on a track, and this vocal track is a great example, and I'm going to do a couple of different videos on different techniques around editing this vocal track because this vocal track needed lots of treating. This song is by Gracie Day, is the artist, and the name of the song is What You Need. I mixed this entire song in a tutorial in my quick mix series for January 2017 that'll be coming out soon, so you can always check out homerecordingmadeeasy.com where you can get the entire song with all the WAV files so you can mix the song with me. So let's head on over to the DAW here. So let's just take a quick listen to this vocal track. Now this vocal track is the original stem, has no plugins on it whatsoever, no treating's been done. This is the raw file, and I'm just going to give you a little couple of line snippet here to kind of show you what I'm talking about. So let's take a quick listen.
I'll just run away from this way.
So you hear I just run away from this. You hear a lot of the tss, and this sibilance problem is throughout this entire vocal track. It is all over this vocal track, and here's just one example. So how do you get rid of this S?
I'll just run.
Now you can use a de-esser, and a de-esser will work great if you have a track that just has some slight sibilance to it. And I do some videos on my YouTube channel checking out a couple of different de-essers. But with a track such as this, where the entire vocal track has a lot of sibilance in it, a de-esser doesn't always do it. And the thing about a de-esser, when you over de-ess, you have to be careful because it doesn't let the track sound natural. So one thing that I like to do whenever I'm working on vocal tracks, before I do anything throughout my entire mix, is I solo up the vocal track like we're doing here, and I go through and I listen for all the S's and the heavy sibilance, and I try to manually de-ess, and I'm going to show you how to do that now. So we're looking for the word just.
I'll just run.
That's right there. So what we're going to do is we're going to zoom in, and I'm going to scroll over here so you can see it. So here's the line right here.
I'll just run.
They're right there. So when we hear the S, you want to zoom in, and you can see when we zoom in on the audio here, you can see that before the S, you can see the audio starts to break, the audio wave starts to break apart and starts to split apart before and after. But you see this black, what looks to be like, I call it a little football right here. This is the S right here. So if we listen,
Just run. Just run.
right there. So there's the S. So the trick is to go to where you hear the S and then to zoom in close on the audio. And when you see the audio on the left and right side of the S start to kind of split apart, but the S will stay this like solid black football, if you will. And then what I do is I just use my blade tool and I come in before and after it, and I just use my clip gain and I just lower this down, usually between 6 and 8 dB is usually the trick. Okay, so let's lower it about 6 dB, and then we'll zoom out a little bit again. And we'll listen to that again.
I'll just run away.
Okay, now before.
I'll just run.
And, whoops. And after manually de-essing.
I'll just run.
So you hear how the S goes away quite a bit, and it still sounds natural, where a de-esser would take an S that's that heavy and it would squash it quite a bit. Now you can go ahead with a de-esser, and you can, lots of de-essers will have lots of programmable settings where you can determine how much you want this particular S to be lowered. But the problem is when you put a de-esser across an entire track, every single S is going to be a little bit different, and the de-esser's only got one setting, right? So you're going to have to set that setting on the de-esser for the entire track, and in certain spots it may be too much or not enough. So by manually going in and looking for the S's and lowering them like this, if you then still feel like you need a de-esser, the de-esser is going to work a lot less hard and it's going to sound a lot more natural. So again, if we go before, where we bring it back to where it was, here's before.
I'll just run.
And then we'll do after.
I'll just run.
So that is how you manually de-ess a vocal track, and it's a good exercise to go through your entire vocal track when you have a track such as this, where maybe you as the engineer didn't record the vocal, you were just sent the audio files like I was here. If you're a real sibilant audio vocal track, the good thing to do is go in, manually look for those S's, pull them down, they'll sound a lot more natural, and then when you go to add EQ and compression later on in the mix, you don't have to worry about those S's really popping out of the mix and getting really irritating to the ear. So I hope this video was helpful. Again, for more tips, tricks, concepts, and training around everything mixing, mastering, and recording, be sure to head out to homerecordingmadeeasy.com. And until the next video, this has been David Vignola, and I will speak to you all soon. Take care.